Hello and welcome to another episode of the Unmatched Style Design Review Podcast. I'm Gene.
I'm Jay.
And this week we've got a couple sites we're going to look at that share a common theme, and that is that they borrow on the aspects of Apple, their interface stuff, kind of.
Yeah, or they both kind of have a Mac
feel.
A Mac app look.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is MacHeist. Clearly it borrows on the elements of the, Mac-ish feel. You get that, the icons and everything.
Well, I think it's a feel that's not derivative, but it's taken more from the third-party apps that tend to have this kind of style.
Right.
Not
I guess I was insinuating that.
not necessarily Apple themselves.
Right.
It's just, just the way it is, I think.
Yeah. Well, overall, this is a pretty nice looking site. I mean, it's got a lot of really neat things going on. They're doing a lot of cool stuff, CSS and JavaScript and all that. But overall, it's just really well finished feeling.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some issues with it, particularly the scrolling part of it. Like whenever you click on,
let me write the homepage.
Whenever you click on something.
Yeah. So if I click on this iSale, this little the bottom thing here scrolls, but I feel like I'm almost in like a little frame set, and I feel like I click on this and it should shoot me down here so I can actually see, actually read about this,
or actually load another page or something,
or load another page.
It's like it's 2000 all over again.
Yeah, so it's like to read about this app I have to click it and then scroll down, which is actually kind of a lot of work. If I'm just
there's a lot of stuff on that page that confuses the crap out of you if it doesn't do that.
Yeah, and then if I've already, I guess what I did, I clicked on one, then I scrolled down and looked at it, and then so I'd already scrolled down, so I wanted to click on another one, so I scrolled back up because it immediately kind of conditioned me that to get somewhere I had to click and scroll. Right. So then to undo that, I scrolled back up, and then I did this, and then I had to scroll again.
Right.
And these buttons over here or I guess like next and previous kind of navigation. And once you're down there, they're great, but they're not as obvious as I think. I mean, they seem kind of obvious, but they really kind of fell behind the design for me.
They really did. Yeah, totally. I mean, it's just you don't know what to do. If this were a traditional shopping cart, and I mean, where this is a little different because it's just you buy one thing and you buy all the apps at one time. Bam, it's done. If this were a traditional shopping cart and it promoted this back and forth sort of action, you'd lose a lot of sales, and that's been proven in usability studies.
Right.
And things.
Right. You're buying.
So it's like you don't need to worry about it because it's one download, but that action in a purchasing environment on a website is bad.
Right. I mean, it's basically It's basically a one-page site, right?
Yeah,
essentially,
it's a really fancy one-page site.
Yeah, and a lot of these elements. I mean, they're designed really well. This background is really really cool. The texture is really cool. Like a lot of Mac apps. These icons. Again, they didn't design the icons themselves, but they really add a lot of impact to this homepage. This cool stuff, and In general, this is a really cool site, and there's, I guess this MacHeist, a little bit controversy to it, and
we're going to actually,
I don't, I think there's two sides to the coin, and we won't really get into it, but I'm sure if you felt like researching it, you can find out stuff about it.
Yep.
But all in all, I mean, it's really,
it's a really pretty form, in my opinion.
Okay. no, it's good. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it is.
Totally.
All right, well let's look at the next one in our list here. IconDock. Again from our gallery, but this is similar in that it's kind of got a similar vibe, but and it's another purchasing based website. Completely different, and that this sells icons, and that's just one big thing. I think this is a really well done website, and like you said, it's sort of derivative of the Mac feel, the icons and all the gradients and things, the little chromy aspect of it. I kind of don't really. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about the dock. We were discussing that earlier. Like, is it dock because it's like,
well, it's
a dock, or
it's called IconDock.
Yeah,
and they have an anchor, so it's this kind of like a nautical theme.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did they decide to call it IconDock and then like, oh well, dock.
Let's build a dock.
Dock is nautical, so let's have a nautical icon. I don't know if that's the best way to kind of make your brand.
I don't know.
Just based
I don't
on,
know.
It's
but
confusing,
but
is do they call it? They never refer to this as the dock, so I'm not.
That's where I went when I first thought about it.
Yeah. When we were just talking about it, and I was thinking that, it's like the dock is where you go to like get deliveries.
Maybe
it's like
makes sense.
It
both makes sense.
It's where you get stuff. It's a dock.
Yeah. So what you do here is you just grab the icon that you want. You can buy it one at a time, and pop it in the old docky, or not docky. And
it didn't work.
Oh.
To be fair, this is the first time this thing hasn't worked for us.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, poor guys.
Oh, no.
I will say this thing.
It works.
It does work. I'm not sure what the deal is here. But we'll see if we click the button here.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so it adds in there.
So,
and it's kind of a fun little thing, I guess. But it's, honestly, it's a little gimmicky.
Yeah, I was wondering how you felt about that. That's sort of like... It's only gimmicky to me if that is a dock. Now that you're saying that you don't necessarily see that as a dock, I don't know if it's
now,
gimmicky.
are you saying the word,
I don't know.
No, the word dock. Okay, I think dock is like the dock on OS 10. Are you saying that? Are you using dock in that term? Or are you using it as like a thing with wood and?
Nope. I'm using it in terms
the water.
It's like a dock, like I dock my icons there.
Okay.
That's how I'm using the term. I could be wrong. This is where I went with it.
Okay. Anyway,
but that's my point. It adds to the confusion of what this thing is there for.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see some testing on this guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a nice looking site all in all. I think some of the details are mostly there on this site.
Okay.
But I think I think like the browse icon library button here, the type, it's a little blurry. It doesn't have that nice crisp kind of like debossed or this little drop shadow that you see on like this site. Like all the type is is really,
it's really punchy.
Yeah, right. It's really sharp and it's really crisp and it really pops out. And it's a little, I guess, bubbly, I guess, but this one, I think, is they're kind of going for the same kind of feel, but it's not quite there. It's not quite crisp enough.
You want to see the same type of quality in the site as you do in the icons.
Yeah,
at least
right
is what you're saying.
Yeah, and again, it's mostly there.
Yeah,
I mean, it really is.
And these icons, I mean, we were talking about that earlier. I think they're pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're really good.
Pretty badass icons.
Yeah. There's nothing really. Again, the icons. Again, are good.
Yeah.
And then we can add to the cart there. And
then, so does that add the whole set to the cart? Yes.
I don't.
It did. It just did. I was just confused over that a second ago.
Yeah. If you go to, I think you can go here. Let's go back to the home page. Click on an individual. What? No, maybe not. Okay.
Just do it one at a time.
See, that's a little confusing. I mean, what's confusing is that they give you this different type of cursor here to get it over there, but it also functions as a link. Yeah, it's not weird. Just for dragging. Oh, apparently that's weird. And also, it's not. I have a feeling some people might have some issues with this if you really kind of got down to the nitty gritty of it. Yeah. But again, all in all, it's still a really nice looking site.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. But I'm not sure if the dock is totally necessary.
So that's our thing with this one is the dock. Okay, so if that's all you've got to share this week, I think we'll wrap it up. Yeah. All right, thanks again. Follow us on Twitter. We'd love it. Twitter.com/unmatchedstyle. And until next time, bye.
Goodbye.